All right, everybody, here we are looking at our Explore Mars rover game. We're going to take a couple minutes here. I'll just demonstrate the basics on how to actually use this game. One thing I want to point out first, if you scroll down, there's actually quite a bit of information below the game window. So if you're confused on how this game works, you can read through. There's a little description on how to play. You can also rewatch this video. First thing I like to do is make it full screen. So if you look at this blue box down here, and click that and make it full screen. To start, you're going to click on the start command and drag it up, and then click go.
Let's go.
So this enters us into the game where you can actually pilot the Mars Perseverance rover, and the object of the game is actually to try to collect and analyze data from these rocks that we see blinking on the surface. So if you click View Area, it will zoom out and show you the location of these targets that we're going to try to get to. And the way we're going to get there is by creating a simple code. So if I click View Rover, that zooms me back in on my rover view, and I have all my commands right here. So what I'm going to do first is try to get to this rock that's closest to me. So to do that, I'm going to choose a command and drag it up to my sequence up here in these red boxes. So we'll start with move forward. Once you drag and drop that command, you can select the distance. So I can move this. It'll show me that arrow. So 3 units will move me this far forward. I think I'm going to go with 4 units. And then I'll click move 4 units. And that will show me my commands again. Now I can move on to my second command. If I move forward 4 units, that's going to take our rover and move it forwards. Now we're going to need to turn. So I'm going to select this rotate command, drag and drop up here. And then I'm going to adjust the number of degrees I wish to rotate. We're going to rotate 90. I can see an arrow previewing that for me right there. I'll click rotate 90 degrees. Now we need to move forward again. So we'll move forward. We'll select the number of units. That looks like about the right distance there. We'll select move 2 units. We'll need to turn one more time, so we'll put a turn command. We'll rotate 90 degrees. That should put us right on top of that rock. We'll click rotate 90 degrees. And then once you think you've gotten to the correct location, we're going to put this search or analyze command. And then we can actually test out this code and see if we have done this correctly by clicking go. It's following each one of the commands. We can see that happening down here at the bottom of the screen.
That's all right.
Looks like we were a little bit off. So if you're off, it's going to give you 0 research points, but it will allow you to get 8 attempts to actually gather data from each one of these stones. So let's try to rotate one more time. So now we'll test this program. It should rotate, then it should move forward, then it should analyze. Looks like we got it.
Great data. Be proud. Very efficient use, man. I'm impressed.
And that will give us 100 research points. So what I would do now
Find it.
is click View Area and decide which location I'm going to try to get to next. Typically, I would select the closest one. So let's try to go for this green one over here. We'll click View Rover. And we know that we need to rotate, so we need to turn. If you decide that you've selected the wrong direction, what you can do is just, so right now we have turn right. If we select turn left and just drag and drop it on top of that, it will replace it. If we want to go this way, we'll click rotate 90 degrees. I think we'll need to turn a little bit more than that, so we'll put another rotate command. And we'll try 49 degrees for now. We need to move forward. And this time, if I click View Area, we're going much farther. So let's try to make this as high as it can get, all the way up to 5 units. So it looks like that's still not quite far enough. We'll go back to View Rover so we can see our commands. we'll move forward again. Click view area so we can actually see how far we're going. And it looks like 4 units is the correct distance, but we're off target just a little bit. We want to be right in the center of that rock. So what we can do is go back to our rotate command. And we can adjust our rotation. So we can move that until we get it right in the center. That looks pretty good. And then we always want to end our code with that analyze command. We'll click go and we'll see how it works. Now it's analyzing.
Our scientists are really going to get pumped about this data.
That got us 600 points. So it keeps a tally of your total points. And we can see it says Expedition 3 of 8 complete. You have 8 attempts to collect as many different stones as possible and rack up as many research points as you can. All right, so this is definitely challenging to create these codes. There's a lot of trial and error. Don't be surprised if you miss some of these. But if you go through and you finish all 8 expeditions, you can try it again. And it does get easier as you get a little bit of practice.